Hey, what's up guys? I'm back with some more virtual world adventure, and today I'm going to be going over City Lulu plus Lily, and Lulu Italy. Now, this is going to be like optimal hands, like City and Lulu, or City Lulu and then any other name. For this case, we're going to be doing Lily, but this could really be any two names, and it'll get to the same end result. This is going to be the full board with Beatrice, Chenying, Chuchi as an interruption, and the Fleur. Then this is going to be that same board, but also with either a Shenshen or a Crystal Wing on top. I'll be going over how you can make both with this combo. Then Lulu Italy is a little bit of a weaker combo, but I'm just going to be going over it to show you guys what you can do with some more awkward hands and how to utilize Jui in your extra deck. So for this combo, you just need Lulu, City, plus any three discards. Starting off here is going to be really easy. You just go City for Chuchi. That's going to provide you something to target for Lulu. You activate the Lulu effect. That's going to be dumping Quinlong, and go search out GG. Now GG effect, you can target the Lulu. That's going to go dump Chuchi from deck. Now you can get rid of these. Go right into Stardust Charge. Stardust Charge effect, get a free draw. So that's just going to be a blank card for us, but if it was Lily in this case, then we could go for Shenshen on top. Now, I'm going to activate Quinlong, banish itself to go search. So you're going to be searching out the Lao here and just discarding the blank card, which in this case we would keep. Then Lao target the Chuchi, so that's going to summon itself out by dumping the Nian and targeting the Lulu engrave to summon back. So once you have two 6s plus any two level, you need a 3 and a 6 tuner. So that's why we dumped the Chuche with GG, because you can Chuche up the level of Nian, make it 6. Then turn these two to Beatrice. That's going to give access to the adventure token stuff, and then give you access to the full end board of Chenying and Fleur on top of this. So that's going to go dump these Temple effect, banish. That's going to search out the right, activate right, put out the Fateful from deck. Then bring out a token, and for this case, we're just gonna use this. Now, Fateful effect to search. So you're gonna search for the Griffin Rider here, discard one of the cards in hand, and then you can Griffin effect, summon itself. That's going to go grab the Draco back from deck with Fateful effect. Now, right here, if you didn't have a discard to get to the Griffin in hand, like the search for it, then you could just overlay over the Beatrice, the Gaia Charger. That'll give you a summon, so Fateful will get you Draco back. So in the case that you don't have anything that you could actually summon there, you could make this if you have to. Now from here, we're going to turn these two into the Fleur. And then turn these two into the Chenying. So with this combo, we're going to get GG, add back in the end phase. So that's going to add back the Lulu. Then this should be banished because it was summoned off its own effect. When Nian gets banished, you could trigger the effect to put back template if you want to maintain your resources. Then you're going to have still the two cards in hand that you started with. You're going to have Draco back, but if you had any way to get to more summons, then you could discard the Draco back instead of the third card. And you're going to have the follow-up of this, plus these two being follow-up for you. And during your opponent's turn, you can Beatrice dump to dump the snow. And that's going to provide you with more follow-up as well, plus interruption. So this is going to be a 4 interruption board with snow engrave being one. You can see that you have more than enough for snow. Then Chuchi being live, and it's going to be live for multiple turns after because of snow. Chenying will be able to be triggered by snow when it banishes to get the banished one from field and one from grave. And Fleur is going to be a negate. So that's just off of 2 cards. Pretty strong for just a 2-card combo. Alright, so for this next combo, I'm going to be going with City, Lily, Lulu, and any 2 discards. And this is going to be the same exact board as last time, except you're also going to be ending on either a Shenshen or a Crystal Wing. And I'll be going over how to do both. So starting off with City here, that's going to go bring out the Chuchi from deck. Then you activate the Lily effect, targeting the Chuchi. That's going to dump Quinlong and dump Nian. Now, Quinlong is going to act as a search here, and Nian's going to act as an extender. You can go either for Lulu or Quinlong first, whichever one you want to bait out first, up to you. I'm going to go Lulu target Chuchi. That's going to go dump the Quinlong and add the GG to hand. Now you can go GG effect. It's going to target the Lulu to go dump the Chuchi from deck. And then Chuchi up the level of Lulu. And if you're going for Crystal Wing here, you turn these two to Zolkin. If you're going for Shenshen, then you'll turn these two to Beatrice right here. Then whichever you go for, you have to get the Lulu engrave because it's going to be your summon back off Lao Lao. Beatrice effect is going to go dump the Temple. Banish Temple, that's going to search out the right. Then you activate right, bring out Faithful, bring out a token. Then Faithful effect to search, that's going to search Griffin, discard a card. Now you Griffin effect to summon, and then Faithful effect to go search Draco back. Now you can activate Quinlong to go search out the Lao Lao. Discard the Draco back. You can Draco back effect to equip, it doesn't matter. Then Lao Lao effect, targeting the GG. That's going to go dump the Zhan Wu and bring back the Lulu from grave. And bringing back that Lulu. Now you can turn Lulu and Griffin into the Fleur. Then Lao Lao and the token, that's going to go into the Chenying. And at this point, you can Zhan Wu, banish to summon back from grave, summoning back the Lulu, trigger the Nian effect to summon back, and discard the Imperm from hand. Now you can turn these two into the Stardust Charge, get a free draw. So you're kind of like, you have to pay a card to get a draw. So if you had like a hand trap or something, in this game we'll be getting it back, but sometimes it fucks you over a little bit. But this is how you get to like free advantage. And then turn those two into the Shenshen. And in the end phase, you're gonna GG, add back the Lulu. And right here, you can see it's the same board where you're gonna have 4 interruptions. 1 through Beatrice, 1 through Chenying, 1 through Fleur, and 1 through Chuchi. And Beatrice is just gonna be dumping the snow. In this case, you have a lot more for snow. So if snow ever gets off field, it can be another interruption since you have so many in your grave. Quinlong is going to be follow-up from grave, as well as Lulu being in hand is already follow-up. Shenshen's going to be follow-up. Then the Faithful and Chuchi, if these stay on board, they're also going to be follow-up. So you have a lot of follow-up through this board, plus a lot of interruption, because this is still leaving you with a card in your hand. So it could potentially be a hand trap. You're going to have the follow-up of Lulu for sure. And you have like different kinds of interruption where if you get like Dark Ruler, you still have Chuchi Snow. So it's still going to be a decent amount. It depends what you're playing up against, but it's definitely a strong board. And that's going to be it for this combo. I'll just go over how to do the Crystal Wing part, just going right back to that part where I had the Lulu, Lily, and GG on board. So from this point in the combo, you still have 2 discards in your hand. You have the Quinlong still, and I'm just going to be turning these 2 into Zolkin. This part of the combo only works if you have a card to set in hand, so it'd have to be like an Imperm or a Droplet. Unless you want to set something like Itali. I used to play Ogre. This format, Ogre is just not as good, so I haven't been playing it. Set Imperm, Crystal Wing effect, or Zolkin effect, bring out Crystal Wing. Yeah, but Ogre could give you more things to get to Crystal Wing with. I just think that this plays really hard into hand traps, whereas like let's say you Beatrice effect and they Imperm it, then you can still go for Zolkin, and then they'd have to have like double Imperm at that point to stop you, and you'll still have a decent, you'll still end on a Shenshen even through double Imperm, like Shenshen Chuchi. So I do usually like to save this, but if I was expecting my opponent, like if I had to read that they had either Nib or Bell, I would make this first just to play around that, because Bell on Lao Lao can be pretty impactful. You'll be able to Griffin negate it, but that's going to get you to less body on board, whereas like this will stop it for free pretty much. So anyways, going on from this point, I'm going to Quinlong. Quinlong's going to search the Lao Lao, then discard the Imperm. Now I can activate the Lao Lao effect, targeting the GG. That's going to go dump the Zhan Wu. And I'm going to summon back out the Lulu here, then trigger Nian effect to summon itself back out. Now, I'm going to turn these 2 into Stardust Charge. Now it's really important that you go through this step, otherwise you won't have a discard when you go for Beatrice. So Stardust Charge just gonna give us a blank card here. Then this guy will be Imperm. And gonna turn these two into the Beatrice. Now activating the Beatrice effect. It's gonna detach the Lao Lao. Go dump the temple. Same steps as before. Banish temple. Activate right. Then that's gonna bring out the token. Fateful effect of search. So since we started a search, we have a discard for it. It's gonna go search out the Griffin and discard. Griffin effect to summon. Then the Fateful effect to search Draco back. And now we have a discard for Zhanwu as well. Now turn these two into the Fleur. And then activate Zhanwu to bring back Lao Lao. And then you discard the Draco back. Then you turn these two into the Chunying. So this play is definitely a little bit harder to get to. You have to open up pretty ideally to get here. But it's going to be a really tough board to crack here. Like, especially if you're set on Imperm or Droplet, because then it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 interruptions. Plus GG, add back the Lulu in the end phase just like last time. So definitely a strong board. Just if it does get broken, you don't have as much follow-up as ending with like a Shen Shen. And also, this board is a little bit more crackable by Droplet. Going for Shen Shen plays really well around Droplet. So for the last combo, it's going to be Itali, Lulu, plus 3 discards here. Itali, that's going to bring out the Nian. So this could be Itali or Nian. Then Lulu is going to target the Nian. Now, right here, we can't get to Kowloon because you need to dump the Quinlong or else you don't get access to another name. So you dump Quinlong, add Chuchi. Then Quinlong effect, banish, search out the Lao Lao, and discard the Imperm. You always want to keep your Chuchi as an interruption because it's both an interruption and follow-up. Now turn these two into the Jui. And unfortunately, like, if this could be a Stardust Charge, it would be amazing. But since we don't have anything to target on board if we went for Stardust Charge, you have to go for Jui here. And you need to get to these two engraved to do the full combo. Then Lala is going to target the Jui. That's going to go dump Chuchi. Now again, you want to get to these 2 tuners on board, 1 level 3 and 1 level 6. So Lulu, bring itself back, Nian, bring itself back, then Chuchi up the level of Nian. Then you overlay these two, go for the Beatrice. Now this play plays really hard into any single interruption, but that's the same as any 2-card combo in this hand. If either piece of that 2-card combo gets stopped, then you're not going to be able to do anything. But that's why you open any of the adventure stuff, you're just going to have to play with that first if you're respecting like your opponent's hand traps. So anyways, Beatrice effect, detach. It doesn't really matter what you detach. I usually detach Lao Lao. Then that's going to go dump the Temple. Temple effect, banish, search out right. You guys have seen it already now twice. And it's pretty standard. Just Fateful, bring out the token, search. You're going to have to discard another card from hand. So with this combo, you're only ending with one of the cards that you start with. Plus the Draco back. You'll be ending with that. Griffin, summon, search Draco back. Then turn these two into Fleur. And these two into Chunying. And that would be it. So go for Fleur and Chunying. And then you just set the Chuchi. If you open like a hand trap or something, you just keep that. And then you're going to have Draco back, which will kind of be follow-up. Like Fateful is going to be able to search, discard Temple, and then it'll be a bounce. But yeah, it's not really great interruption with this unboard. It's definitely one of the more awkward hands. And in terms of follow-up, like Engrave, you just barely have enough to banish with this combo. So the Snow is going to be, like, Snow will put Juju as well. But yeah, it's going to be a tough Snow. Also, you don't have GG, you didn't resolve GG, so you're not getting this back in hand. You don't have Quinlong as follow-up here. So this is like, if they break this board, you're in a kind of tough spot, but it's still a very powerful board you can put up with really not that much like going for you, right? You don't have, if you don't open the city, then you really want to have like multiple names plus a way to put a name on board. Otherwise, it's not going to be that strong. And anyways, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope this combo tutorial helps. If you wanted to see like any more combos, like where I use Quinlong, or if I playing through any kind of awkward hands, I'd be happy to make more videos about this. And thanks so much for watching.